Let's make some porcupine meatballs, an easy vintage recipe that was very popular during the Great Depression because of its basic, easily sourced ingredients. Welcome back to my channel, everyone, where I specialize in sharing with you gluten and dairy-free recipes. Come along with me. I will link the original recipe in the description box down below, as well as the modifications that I have made to this to meet my family's needs and to make it gluten and dairy-free. You're going to start off by having 1 pound of lean ground beef and 1 pound of ground turkey. Then we're going to take a large yellow onion. I dice it half of it and add it to my meat mixture. If you have picky eaters, by all means use a food processor to mince your onion so it's nice and fine and they don't even know that it's in the meatballs. This recipe was very popular from 1930 to 1940 during the Great Depression because it contained easily sourced ingredients like lean ground beef, long grain rice, tomato soup, garlic, and some parsley. And that's about it. Super simple recipe to put together. Next, we're going to be dicing up 4 cloves of garlic. Does anyone else ever get this confused? Cloves, bulbs, cloves. I think cloves are just the little portions that make up a bulb of garlic, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you can leave me a comment down below and let me know which way it's supposed to be said. If you're not a fan of handling fresh garlic, then by all means you can substitute jarred minced garlic for this recipe. Next, we're going to be adding approximately a half a cup of fresh diced parsley. Again, if you have fussy eaters that don't necessarily like to see leafy greens in their food, you can use your food processor or your little mini Cuisinart and dice it up so that it's really fine and not overly visible in your recipe. Once your parsley is chopped up fine, add it to your meat and onion mixture. For spices, we're going to be adding 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. We're now going to combine this well. The original recipe calls for Worcestershire sauce, but since we know that that contains gluten, I have used a soy substitute here where we're going to be adding 2 tablespoons to our mixture, as well as 1 cup of a long grain rice. Here I'm using a basmati rice. And then I'm going to be adding 3/4 of a cup of bone broth. Then we're going to combine well. To cook these meatballs, we're going to be using a 9x13 baking dish. I'm going to line the baking dish with some cooking oil, cooking spray. You could also just brush it on however you would like to use it. Then we're going to be rolling these meatballs into large 2-inch round meatballs and lining the baking dish. This recipe yields about 24 meatballs and will serve 4 to 6 people. Once you've finished rolling out all of your meatballs, you're then going to be taking a 28-ounce can of tomato sauce or tomato soup or crushed tomatoes, and you're going to pour this over your meatballs. You're going to cover your meatballs with some aluminum foil and bake in a preheated oven at 350 for 35 minutes. I want to thank everybody for joining me today, and if you enjoy my content, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you'll be notified the next time I upload some new videos. Once we have baked our meatballs at 350 for 35 minutes, we're then going to remove the aluminum foil and bake for an additional 25 minutes at 350 and then 5 minutes on broil to make them nice and brown. You can pair these meatballs over a bed of cooked rice, a nice side salad, some assorted vegetables, but today I'm going to be making some Yukon Gold creamy mashed potatoes. Now I diced up 4 or 5 potatoes, boiled them until soft. Now I'm adding some original almond milk, salt, pepper, vegan butter, some garlic powder, and then I'm going to make them nice and creamy so that we can top our delicious porcupine meatballs over these creamy mashed potatoes. Yukon Gold or yellow flesh potatoes are my absolute favorite. I think that they're the perfect potato to make roasted, baked, fries, and creamy mashed potatoes. So if you haven't yet tried the yellow flesh potato, I encourage you to do so. And also, I do have other platforms available for you to follow me. I am Heavenly_morsels on Instagram and Heavenly Morsels on Facebook. So I would really love if you would hit that subscribe button here and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And now that our vintage porcupine meatball recipe is all cooked, wait for it, listen to that delicious, bubbly awesomeness. This recipe turned out so amazing. If you happen to make this recipe, please be sure to comment in the description box down below and let me know how it turned out for you, whether you used the original recipe or use the modifications to make it gluten and dairy free. I would love to hear from you. I want to thank everyone so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope that you loved this throwback to the 1930s and 40s. And we'll see you again soon. I've linked a couple of recipes at the end of this video for you to binge watch until my next upload. We'll see you again soon, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.